Here's Jordan Joe Hollabaugh.
3.1. She's in the money.
She was about as fast as she could have been on that
one. 2.9 seconds. And now she is number one.
You are officially in the loop. Welcome back to In the Loop podcast. It is my favorite time of year. It is the super series that we do called 15 Days of Breakaway. And what that is we interview the top 15 breakaway ropers of the National Finals Rodeo qualification each and every year. It is an honor to get to visit with the amazing women athletes of breakaway roping each and every year, get their perspective on how their season went, what their horsepower is, how their mindset is, what their rodeo strategy is, how they go about it, and to give everybody just a little bit of insight behind breakaway roping and what goes into making the National Finals Rodeo. Literally every year, this has evolved, this has changed. It's gotten tougher, faster, the girls get smarter, and obviously I'm biased because I'm a breakaway roper, but it is the elite of the elite coming to you for 15 straight days in a row. So today we're going to start off with our number 15 cowgirl, Macy Young. She comes to us from Arizona, and she is just getting done feeding her 700 head of cattle this morning. But it's an amazing interview. Macy is a very straightforward black and white person, one of the most competitive people I know. She is a mom, a wife. Her family comes first in everything that they do. Her and her husband, Chris, rodeo together all year long. Their young daughter, Hadley, is 4, fixing to be 5. She's going to be a breakaway roper before we know it. And it's just a really cool behind-the-scenes view of Macy, her year. This is her 3rd National Finals Breakaway Roping qualification. So I can't wait for you guys to hear this episode. Don't miss one. We have 15 days in a row of the top 15 breakaway ropers, the best of the best, the elite of the elite. Don't miss it here on In the Loop podcast. Now, let's get to number 15, Macy Young. And this series is brought to you by Wrangler. Long live Cowgirls. We are here starting off 2025 15 Days of Breakaway with the one and only number 15, Macy Young, coming in. They changed it up a little bit. Right now it says $100,027, 79 rodeos, but you got that number 15 back number. Macy Young, congratulations on your 3rd National Finals Breakaway Roping.
Thank you.
This year, I felt like was fighting tooth and nail until the bitter end. And it always comes down to Sioux Falls. It's like number 10 to number 15. Nobody is safe. You don't ever know, what it's going to turn into or what it's going to be. And you got that number 15 back number. So how does it feel knowing like you can take a deep sigh of relief and you're back at your your 3rd, but your 2nd consecutive National Finals Rodeo?
It's good. Look back and not real happy with how I ended my year, but it ended up okay. I'm glad that I went to Pendleton because that was the last place that I won good money. And I told Chris, I said, well, if I get into Sioux Falls, I'll just turn out Pendleton because that rodeo really kind of scares me. But I'm glad that my parents made me go no matter what. I was already entered, and that was kind of the seal of the deal for me. Not past that point, really, but glad that I braved the grass.
I know it. And Pendleton is same for me. I've been there every year. I feel like it's been a different experience every year. And every year my confidence has got just a little bit better because everybody, the first time you run down the grass, you're a little puckered up. I don't care if you're cowboy, cowgirl, anything else in between. Talk about why Pendleton's just so much different. Especially, with horses and what you ride there and the setup.
I think it's just different coming off the hill. You kind of have to sit there, read your cattle, either come fast or really slow. I just have the mentality to try and throw my rope as fast as I can before I get rolling too fast because I don't want to slip or anything like that. This year, though, I got to ride a horse that I trained from the time he was 2 years old when he showed up here to when I sold him to Millie Greenwood. So that was a blessing. I know that horse inside out, and he ain't going to do anything stupid or try and hurt you, but take care of you. So I had a lot of confidence going in, more than normal. I think it'd been like my 6th time being there, but still you're nervous.
Yeah. And I think the coolest part, this was the first year that I made the short round in Pendleton, and definitely the first year I roped in a performance there. And I think the performances are quite a bit different to me than the slack. And so that was a new experience this year. But the Pendleton short round is one of the most iconic rodeos I think that you can be in and be a part of. Tell us a little bit about that atmosphere, especially that day. I know it's a bucket list rodeo that everybody wants to win and be a part of. But to come away and have that solidify your NFR, was it nerves because of the grass? Was it nerves because of the situation you were in? Was it all the things in between?
Um, there really wasn't a lot of nerves. Um, Me and Millie actually made the short round on that same horse. So Millie went before me and she was supposed to rope, turn around and come back. Well, she forgot, went clear to the back end and then realized, oh my gosh, and just ran that horse back down the track. Well, when she got there, we were changing saddles and doing all of it. That dang horse didn't move, nothing. And I was like, oh, she's going to have him revved up. No, not one bit. So finally I get on and there's like two more from before me. So I think I was just more concerned about being ready to go than thinking about my run, and I just let it happen.
Yeah. And it turned out a great day. Obviously got your third consecutive back number. As we look at the stats from last year, 100,000 this year, 79 rodeos. Last year you came in at number 10, 89,000 with 82 rodeos. What do you think the difference was for you? Like, did you have this year we had a rodeo count of 80. So was that a hard strategy for you to kind of come up with on where you were going to go and what you were going to do? Or what were the differences from last year to this year?
It's hard because we don't know which rodeos are going to repeat having us, and we don't know who's going to add us. So, yes and no. I mean, there's Vegas and Brawley that just happened, and I just didn't even go. I didn't even enter because I'm like, I didn't go to those two last year, and I ran out of rodeos as it is. So I'm just trying to stay in the same path, but maybe knock a few out. But my, I guess now I know where I can go and where I probably shouldn't go, just to make sure I'm under.
And tell us a little bit more how you make those decisions. I mean, I know we're going to talk horsepower here in a little bit, but you've got the horsepower under you for any and all situations, fast, long, in between. But you also rodeo a lot with your husband and your daughter Hadley. And so that has to factor in. But how do you decide, which rodeos, hey, I like this rodeo, or maybe that one doesn't fit me as well?
I know we try to strategize to enter together. We try not to split up at all if we can. I mean, if we get up the same, we're dang sure not trading out of our spot or anything like that. Um, but most of the bigger rodeos have um, breakaway and team roping. So we try to just go where we can both rope. And if we do get split up, it's only for a couple days. But I don't know. We try to do everything in our power to stay together as much as possible.
And I think that's something I've seen that I admire about you guys 100%. And I feel like if Raymond was still rodeoing, we'd be the same way. But you told me last year, we're a family unit and we do everything as a family unit. And I think this year I saw you guys split up maybe one or two times at the most. And that was for maybe, a couple days. But your mom and dad get to come out and they always bring their little motorhome bus and stick you and Hadley in it
Yep.
and off you go. Talk about how your parents have been influential in helping you guys and just, all the people that show up for you when you're out on the road and maybe you need a horse, maybe you need a ride, maybe you need a rig. How does that play a part into your rodeo career?
My dad, he's the main planner. I mean, he's the one that writes it out, draws a plan, and we try to enter that way. He'll sit there for hours looking at it, going over it, because me and Chris, we're just kind of go with the flow type of people and don't really, plan a lot ahead, but live for the moment. And my dad, he's opposite. He likes to have it all planned out. So it's really nice having him in our corner. And my mom, she helps him map out the miles in between the rodeos. And um, we're very fortunate to have a lot of friends in different parts of the world because of where we live. everybody wants to come to Arizona. So then we meet people, and it makes it nice when we're out on the road. That's you get to go to actual house to stay, not just a fairgrounds that's on the side of the road. But we've got a lot of friends all around, so it's kind of nice. Lots of friends with kids, and Hadley can go play with kids, and kind of have a normal little bit before back in the rig.
Makes a big difference. And Hadley, as we're talking, that's your little daughter. If you guys don't know Hadley, she is what I would describe as the monster child. She is wild. Her hair is on fire, and she will let you know exactly what she wants and when she wants it. She's one of my favorite little rodeo kids out there. You were just talking a little bit earlier how Chris has went ahead, your husband has bought Hadley some Jersey calves, and she's already starting to rope. And so tell us how old Hadley is and what it's like you raising your daughter out there on the rodeo road and as a breakaway roper.
Um, it's awesome. She now rides my little sorrel horse. I called Rafiki. He talked this spring, and we got it plated and screwed all back together. So that's her little horse she's been riding now. And she just goes like heck. He gets her little strings on her saddle and whips him, and he'll trot off. And it's just awesome. Yesterday, we went to 2 breakaway jackpots, and she rode the entire time. She was racing girls up and down the arena. I mean, it's awesome to just have her there. I mean, no amount of winning is more precious than having your daughter, ride around with you and just be there. Because she doesn't have a worry in the world. And
Yeah.
that's helped. I think me and Chris's mentality about rodeo, like it's not the end of the world if you win or lose. I mean, you have a great family, a healthy child that, doesn't care. She just loves you unconditionally, and it's awesome.
And she is so special, but
Mm.
you better watch out because now she's starting to get opinionated. And so you better step your game up because I know she's going to be there critiquing you this year, probably at the end of the arena. Mom, why didn't you throw it? Mom, why'd you break out? Mom, why'd you do this?
I know. She asks after every run at a rodeo, she goes, Mom, did you win toy money? And I'll be like, no, I missed, or I broke Barrett. And she will punch me and be like, Mom.
We know the main focus in the young rig is toy money, and that is all that matters. Tell us a little bit about your horsepower. Your big bay horse is somebody that I absolutely love and respect. He is by far one of my favorite horses out there. You talked a little bit about Rafiki, you're having to retire him, but how cool he's going to Hadley. But tell us your string of horses that you had this year and kind of how they played a part in every step of the way getting you to this next National Finals Breakaway.
Yeah, my bay horse, I ride him normally at the bigger rodeos. Um, he's kind of my go-to. He can screw you sometimes, but that's fine. I mean, every horse can. It gets. I mean, it's gonna happen, especially when you're on the road for so long and you don't get to tune them up or do anything. Every time you run a calf, it's for money. So I mean, it's just like us. We get rusty out there because we don't get to practice every day. But I mean, 99% of the time when I need him, he's there. Um, and I got a little sorrel horse that I got from Brooke Critchett this spring, and he's been good. I've been able to ride him when I need to, send him with people, and I'll fly in and ride him, and he's been good. I've won quite a bit on him. But now that we've been home, I got him like 2 weeks before we left for the summer. So I really didn't have much time to get to know him or figure out his style. But now that we've been home, I've been able to practice on him quite a bit and take him to a few jackpots. And it's starting to get a lot better than it was, getting more confidence in him. But um, now that I'm home, though, I have 3 other young ones that I'm getting pretty excited about. So they're starting their jackpot career out here in Arizona. We'll see how that goes.
And you guys are in Arizona. That's where you live full time. But one of the things that people might not know about you is you and your husband have a
Mhm.
full time or we'll say part-time, it's a full-time, we'll just be realistic, business of you guys run team ropings and you have jackpots. And if anybody's ever been in Arizona, they know about the Young family and all of the events that you do. You just told me this morning, Wes, what have you been doing? Oh, I've just been feeding 700 head of cattle. No big deal. So how do you guys manage all of that and, keep all your ropings going, all the steers and everything fed and everything that you've got going on, and then still manage to try to stay at the top of your game in the breakaway?
Um, Honestly, it's just a lot of try, I guess. Normally it gets daylight here around 6:15 or 6:30. Chris has already been up, watered the arena and worked it and fed the horses. And then we normally go feed a pen of cattle in the back and we're ready to rope at daylight. I tried to at least rope, but some mornings it just turned into doctoring cattle and having to do other stuff that we don't really get to breakaway at daylight, but we try to. So I try to get my breakaway done in the mornings so that when the afternoons and you're breaking in steers and you don't know how long it's going to take, at least I got to rope. But
Yeah.
this is a really hard time for us to stay on the top of your game. We just have so much other stuff that we have to do that makes our world go around. So we try as hard as we possibly can to break away every day, but some days it just gets away from us. But I'm trying.
You're putting forth the effort. I mean, showing up at daylight, and that's just the commitment that athletes at a high level, ropers at a high level, the discipline and the commitment to do so is there. And I think that's what, obviously makes us the competitors that we are. This year for you was a little bit different than last year. And the fact, like you said earlier, you weren't quite satisfied with where you ended up. And me knowing how competitive you are, I know what's going on the inside. You're just like, I want to tear some stuff up and rope about 100 calves a day and get this over with. Um, how do you manage your mindset on the road? That's something that we get a lot of questions of how do you get through the highs? How do you get through the lows? What do you do to stay consistent and, keep moving forward when it's not always easy? And I think that is so neat to see, especially this year. It wasn't easy for anybody, let alone, as competitive as Breakaway is, but you stayed the course and you finished strong. You got that next back number. What were some of the ways that you managed your mindset this year through the whole season?
Honestly, I got pretty down, but um, I don't really do anything special. Um, Chris gets on me that I don't rope the dummy enough. I mean, I don't. It's the last thing I want to do is stand out there and rope the dummy. But honestly, just realizing that it's okay to mess up and it's okay that you're giving 110% and you're not going to win every single time. But it's just stacking in the corner and believing in yourself and reminding yourself why you are here. And you're here for a reason. And we work at it when we're at home. So just go do, what you're supposed to do and stay aggressive. Because
And
if you back off a little bit, you're still not going to win a check. Breaking the barrier, backing off pays the exact same. Nothing.
nothing. I think too, that's the craziest thing at Breakaway to me has changed so much from the first time we made the national finals in 2020 until now. It's like a total different game.
Yeah, I think when I made it in 2020, it took $10,000 and I was 10th. I mean, I think I went to 11 or 12 rodeos and that was it.
Yeah. How else do you think it's changed as far as, is it horsepower? Is it the girls' roping abilities? Is it just having that many more places to go?
No, it's everything. It's the horsepower, it's the girls. I mean, not one person that's entered at the rodeo shouldn't be entered at the rodeo. They're all there to win
Right.
and give it their best.
One of the things that your husband, he's again, like your family, one of my favorite families anyway. I mean, not that you didn't know that, but you guys are complete opposites. Complete opposites. Like you say you're laid back. There ain't nothing laid back about you. That is a bald-faced lie. Macy Young is not laid back. Chris Young, laid back. Macy, absolutely not. And I know if he listens to this, he's going to be like, amen, hallelujah, thank you, Jordan. So how do you guys, I mean, I know pro rodeos as well. He's out there roping. That man can pull off some amazing heel shots back there. One of the best. How do you guys motivate each other and keep each other going? I know, like you said, he's always on you, but how do you keep him going and play into that role as husband and wife and still be both of you guys at the top of your game?
We just try to be out there supporting each other. I mean, he runs the head gate for me every time that I want to rope. Whenever he wants to team rope and there's nobody else to come over and turn him steers, I try to make sure that I can do that for him. Um, but honestly, we're not really a break it down type of family. I mean, we just go with it. I mean, it's our events and we should know, but and we don't just sit there and talk about it. Like we just don't. We just roll on. Which
And
is
that's what I think in most families. And I think that maybe from the outside looking in, the questions we get from fans are like, how often do you and Raymond talk breakaway roping? And I'm like, for about 2 minutes. And then it's like on to something else, And at the end of the day, we're all still human and we're we're all doing things and living life out there on the rodeo road. And I think it's just neat to see and just get that same perspective from others is like, yes, we're competitive and we want to focus on our craft. And that's something that, at the end of the day, we're always thinking about, but we're still just living life out there.
yep, exactly. We just go with it.
So they just go with it. And that's that. And then Hadley tells them what to do. And if you screw up, you don't get to buy her toys. You still have to buy her toys. So
Exactly.
that's nice. So everybody's thinking about Las Vegas. We're all getting ready for it. I know you're preparing, like you said, you're trying to get up and rope as much as you can while you're still running a full team roping business. And as we get into here, we have a couple of sponsors that are a huge part of 15 Days of Breakaway. We always talk about Pro Fantasy Rodeo, and you and I always talk about playing the game and what we're going to strategize. I was talking to you a little bit earlier about, hey, you are going to be on my Pro Fantasy team, so that's my toy. So don't you mess it up for me. But how would your strategy go about picking Pro Fantasy with these top 15 girls that we get to look at this year?
I don't honestly, I don't I don't know. I don't really look into it that much, honestly. Like if we play the pro fantasy game, it's just a quick 5 minute sit down and we just go with it. We just don't have that much time to spare. Um, so if I'm to be honest, I've never played the breakaway one. So I don't even know how it works.
Well, I mean, you can't really play the breakaway one because you're entered. Like, if you're entered, I feel like that's a little taboo to where you can't cross those lines. But if you were going to give a fan a piece of advice on how they could pick a breakaway team, what would you tell them to, like, if you were going to pick one and you were a fan, what would be your strategy?
Well, for the round money, I go with Haley Williams. She's coming and swinging every single time. Now, for the average, I would probably go with Cheyenne McCarty. She catches a lot.
She does catch a lot, and she's an average winner already.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think those would be two great picks. And for any kind of insight, I mean, I think you're dead on. I don't really think we can go wrong this year with the top 15, but pro fantasy games, breakaway games, they're always somebody that's a huge supporter of 15 Days of Breakaway, and we appreciate them. And it's always fun to give a little bit of I will have several teams. Like I said, don't screw up because you're going to be on one of my teams. No pressure. But Pro Fantasy Rodeo is always somebody that supports us, and so we appreciate them. And another sponsor that we have this year that we're talking about the evolutionary of the name change. Women's Rodeo World Championships is now changing their name to Premier Women's Rodeo. They have been bought by the PBR. And so there's all sorts of neat things coming from that. Their acronym is PWR and or Power now. So they're really excited to be the powerhouse of women's rodeo and bring all things. They have a rodeo in May. It's just a little one. You might know of it. May 12th through 15th in 2026. They pay out over $1 million for all women's breakaway, team roping, and barrel racing. They're adding goat tying. We talked to Lindsay Sumter yesterday, and there's even a little bit of maybe we're going to have some rough stock coming up. So, Macy, do you participate in any of the women's rodeo events, and have you ever been there before?
I went the first couple years. We would have a fast track qualifier deal at our arena. But lately I haven't. Just
because you don't have time.
yeah, we live in Arizona, and I mean, we're gone, and we plan on being gone for the summer. So, like when I get home from the summertime, I don't leave.
Yeah. And that's the sacrifice that you guys make every year, which I think is so cool, is you commit your whole fall and winter to working, putting on Team Roping Productions, and then come June 1st, you shut the doors and you're like, hey, we'll be back in September.
Yep.
Okay, well, the Power Rodeo segment, they have some three questions for you. And so, are you ready? Macy loves questions. 1, every cowgirl's got a fighter in her. If you had a fighter name, what would it be?
I guess Mark Cuban,
There you go. Because why?
because he's my favorite person on Shark Tank.
You would be a Shark Tank fan. Okay, number 2. If ESPN called tomorrow and said, we're drafting you into any sport you want, which one are you choosing?
Probably basketball.
There's been quite a few ballers. I feel like we could have a breakaway roping basketball team that would be pretty legit here on 15 Days of Breakaway.
I can't
Just
make a basket, but I could probably get the ball for you to make a basket.
You could be the point guard and you can make assists. It would be great. We'd be on a great team. Okay, if your rodeo career was turned into a sports movie, who would play you?
I just played myself.
Yeah, good one. I love that. I mean, nobody has said that, so it's pretty cool, which you are the first girl on 15 Days of Breakaway, but I mean, mic drop. You just do you. We appreciate the Power Women's Rodeo, Premier Women's Rodeo. It's going to be great. And they're huge in women's rodeo and all things for the women. They pay, like I said, over $1 million. Since 2020, I think they've paid out over something like $4 million to women's rodeo total. It's they've been instrumental and changed the game. So we're excited for them to be a part of it. But let's talk NFR strategy, because I know you've got to go and feed some more of your 700 steers. Last year, you won $30,000. You placed in several rounds, second average. You had a stellar NFR. You were zoned in, tapped off, ready to go. You've been at the NFR 2020 in Texas, which I know is a total different setup. But you're getting an ebb and flow and a feel for South Point. So what's your strategy this year going to be coming in? Number 15, is it going to look the same?
About the same, yeah. Rope calf for calf and see what happens.
Your family gets to come down this year and be a part of it. I know last year was a little hectic, like you said, tough time of the year. Who's going to be in the back and who's going to be helping you out?
Chris will be in the back. But my mom and my dad, my grandma and Hadley, they do get to be there for the performances. So that's great. Our grandma's first year, Josh. Okay.
Good
You
morning,
want to say
Hadley.
hi? Hi.
Hi, what you doing, pretty girl? Are you ready to go to Las Vegas? Oh, she's off now to rope on her own horses. Are you going to rope today, Hadley?
Yep.
What are you going to rope?
Let me have drink first. I gotta have drink.
You got to have your drink first. You're creating a monster. I hope you know that. Okay. What's the most thing you're excited about this year's National Finals?
Just being there, enjoying it, and taking it all in. I mean, my Hadley she's 4, but she's fixing to be 5 and starting school, and we'll be doing the school thing, not, chasing.
I'm really bad too. I'm really bad.
Now we got the wink dog. Yeah, Hadley. And Hadley, are you going to be a National Finals Breakaway Roper?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, I have no doubt. Well, I think it's really exciting. Macy, I'm proud of you for making your 3rd National Finals Breakaway Open. What a well-fought year. Coming in at number 15, 100,000. And I can't wait to see Hadley there. I know her and your grandma are going to be dressed up with a really pretty sign at this year's National Finals Breakaway Open. And Hadley, I can't wait to see you at the National Finals Breakaway Open sometime soon.
If I come in my house tomorrow,
I'll come to your house. I'll be at your house next week. Okay. Well, Macy, thanks for joining us on 15 Days of Breakaway this year, 2025. Can't wait to watch you rope in Las Vegas.
Thank you.
you are officially in the loop.